Hi everyone, thank you for being here. My name is Layla. You've probably seen me around, maybe on TikTok, where I teach German or make skits about Germans, not being German myself. Quite interesting, right? Well, today's video is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be a reflection on everything I've learned in 2024. Now, I'm a little bit late to this trend probably, and by the time I'm filming this, we're already middle January. I'm not sure when I'm gonna post it, but I still would like to reflect on it because I don't think I've done that yet. Let's get started. The first thing that I realized this year is how important it is to decenter men and relationships. Why do I say this? I am a person that is really interested in taking care of themselves and in growing as a person and slowly becoming better. I am really open to criticism, constructive criticism, and I'm really open to getting feedback from others so I can work on myself because I always want to be the best version of myself possible. And one thing that I kept hearing from people that I care about, and also something that I obviously couldn't ignore myself anymore, was that it seemed to be that I was always looking for something romantic in my life. Not necessarily a relationship, just something romantic, a love interest, a crush, something. This would always mean that my life was actually interesting. And I think I also used this as a form of validation because I keep thinking, yeah, I'm never gonna be this pretty again, I'm never gonna be this successful again, I'm never gonna be 19 again, but truth be told, you're gonna be loved and admired at every stage of your life, and that's not the most important thing, and I'm coming to realize that. It took a lot of talks with my mom, it took a lot of YouTube videos of really powerful women saying, hey, until you have reached the things you want to reach, decenter men. Leave these men alone. You haven't even accomplished anything yet. Even if you haven't accomplished everything yet. Leave these men alone. And it's so true. It is so true, and I've noticed something quite funny and ironic, but the moment I really decentered men, I am not thinking about that so much, I'm not craving that so much, I'm focusing on other things. I'm focusing on TikTok, I'm focusing on YouTube, I'm focusing on my music and releasing it, I'm focusing on my studies, my exams, and passing them, and that's when men start gravitating towards me. That's when suddenly I have 4-5 love interests in my life, and no, I'm not leading them on, but I'm just saying these are people that have made it very clear they're interested in me, and it's quite fascinating how that goes, because yeah, apparently when you're so badly wanting something and you're craving it and you're chasing it, you just chase it away. It just runs away from you. But when you're just there in your energy, focusing and pouring into yourself, good things just come to you, or opportunities and chances at least come to you. Regardless, I'm leaving them alone, I'm not entertaining any of it, but I'm just saying, it's a fact. You let it go, and they come to you. That's how it goes. Second thing I've learned in 2024 is consistency regardless of result. Consistency regardless of mood. And now this is a video that I saw some girl on TikTok make, and she said this quote over and over, and she is so correct. She's so right on that. And I can apply this to many different aspects of my life, but mainly I saw this on TikTok. You see, the first video I ever posted, which was this right here, viral for some reason. The funny thing is, I was only starting with German. My accent was horrible, and I truly was just learning as I go, and I was just learning with you guys, but still this video got over 2 million views now, I think, and it got really good interaction, and this was really the video that started it all. It just got me going. I think after this video, I had already had 5,000 followers, and with each video that I was posting, it was just going up and up, and very soon after I instantly had my 10,000 followers, and that's absolutely insane. However, as time goes on, interaction, engagement, and views got a little bit less. They went down, and I wasn't sure why. It wasn't that I was doing anything wrong, it was just the way the algorithm works, you know? There's a lot of ups and downs on TikTok is what I noticed, and the reason I don't feel so bad about it is because I even go to really popular creators' accounts and I scroll through, and you see this very distinct difference. Like some video will have 2 million views and then another will have 2,000, and you'll be like, huh, so it's not just me. And that is a comforting feeling, obviously, and that is what pushes me and gets me to really focus on this quote: consistency regardless of results. Not every video that I put out is gonna get all those views and go viral every time, because then it's just not logical, it's not realistic, and it doesn't make it that special anymore. So I stay consistent, I post every single day, and I know that eventually a video will really click click and resonate with the people, and I go viral at least 2 times a month, I would say, and viral for me is more than 150k views at this point in time. This I would consider a really good video. But yeah, consistency regardless of result. In 2024, I learned a lot about respect and boundaries. I will say that one thing that I've always been really good with is taking care of myself. Even at times where I wasn't fully loving myself yet, I was still taking care of myself and I was still putting myself first, and that's a good habit of mine. But in 2024, this was really implemented for the first time. This happened with a friend of mine. I think I've mentioned this in some video before, but to put it very shortly, this friend of mine felt comfortable enough making comments about my body, and she made it in a way that it was a joke, and I could even give her the benefit of the doubt and truly believe that it was nothing but a joke. However, this joke repeated itself 3 times, and it really hurt me to hear something like that from someone that I really love and that I really wanted nothing but the best for, and that I really respected as well. Me personally, I know people act differently, but I personally would never even dare make a comment about a friend's body. But you know why that is? It's not because I'm scared. It's not because I'm scared of their reaction. It's not because I don't think it's appropriate. It's because I wouldn't even think it to begin with. It's because when I look at my friends, I don't see their flaws. I don't think of the things that they should be fixing and point it out to them. Instead, I really see them as these perfect, beautiful, gorgeous creatures that I just want to love. Like, I love my friends so much. I love the people that are in my life. People that are in my close circle, I really hope that they can feel this love that I have for them. If they don't, then I'm probably doing something wrong, and I'm open to changing it and fixing it, because in my mind, these people are so important to me and I respect them so extremely much. So anyway, to see this girl that I love have the audacity to speak to me in that way and to make these jokes about my body, to me was already crossing a line, crossing a boundary, and what I did was just cut this person out of my life. And there were a lot of discussions about this. I talked with my mom about it, and she believed that I should have been probably more patient with this girl. I very firmly believe that someone who loves you and is good for you is just gonna be good for you. They're not gonna put you in such a situation. So I guess what I learned is really standing my ground and taking action, even if that means losing someone. In 2024, I also learned how important it is to present well. Let me tell you what I mean by this. I want to get a little bit more comfy on my bed though. Okay. So what do I mean by this? When I came to Germany, I promised myself I would get myself ready every single day. I would put on makeup, at least a little bit, put effort into my outfit, jewelry, everything, make myself look as presentable and nice as possible every single day. And although I did in many cases, there were times where I was just slacking. During winter specifically, it's really easy to slack because it's cold and nobody really feels like putting effort into the outfit in the morning, and it's so cold, it's so hard to get out of bed, so it's horrible. I get it. But I also noticed the difference in how I get treated when I'm dressed really well and presenting my best versus when I really just looked like I just rolled out of bed. And obviously, no, you don't present your best necessarily only because you want to get treated well, but that should be a big reason. Truth is, it does matter how we get treated in the world, and we do want to get as many benefits as possible. We want to be respected and heard and loved as much as possible and admired, and unfortunately that ties in and that comes hand in hand with the way we present physically, and that's just something I noticed for myself. I think the way I noticed this is one day I went into German class after I'd been slacking for a really long time on how I look. Every day I was rolling out of bed, and I think most cases staying in my jogger pajamas and just putting on a coat or a sweater on top and just walking into class, because yes, I lived in the same building as my classes, so it was really practical and easy, but it also made me lazy. And so one day I for some reason decided to dress up in the morning, and I go into class and my teacher looks at me and she's like, "Du siehst aber schick aus." Like, you look kind of fancy, you look nice, you look put together. And she said it obviously in an admiring tone, but I could also see this, I can't really put it into words, but it was just a different expression on her face. And suddenly she was looking at me more, and she was taking my opinion more, and she was giving me more attention, as if I was actually suddenly there and as if I hadn't been before. Of course this is sad, but it's the truth. And another thing is, I feel the way people look look at me in public is very different when I'm put together and when I'm not put together. When I'm not put together, it's like I blend in a way that people are just looking past me. What I notice is though, people kind of start treating me like this poor little innocent child, if you understand what I mean. It's like, you know, older men would like kind of smile at me all sweet, you know, grandpas and everything. But then when I am dressed up, it's kind of like people are more intimidated by you, but also they have this instant respect for you. It's definitely a weird thing. But regardless, I also feel a lot more confident, and so I exude a lot more confidence when I'm put together versus when I'm not, because then I know I'm not looking my best or presenting my best, and therefore my confidence will also show in that way. And finally, in 2024, I learned and I saw for the first time really how capable I am. And many times I didn't feel very capable, but there have been some core moments throughout the year that really solidified the idea in my head that I can actually do anything I set my mind to. And I think I even have a message from my parents here. If I find it, I'm gonna read it to you guys or even put it in. So my dad had texted me right after my German oral exam, and I will tell you guys more about this later, but the very special thing about it is that I got 100 out of 100. That means they were so shocked and impressed by my accent, my speaking, and just overall my speaking abilities of German after only 10 months. So here's the message from my dad. I really can't get over the exam grade attitude of the examiners. I am certain for 100% that you will ace anything you decide to do. The informatic as well, which is what I'm studying now. The sky is the limit for you. Sometimes I think that even isn't. And that just does something to me. Oh god. And I remember that day I really felt like exactly what my dad said. The sky is the limit. I felt, wow, like I really aced this. I did so well right now. I'm so proud of myself. And at many points during the year, I was just feeling at a high. I was really so proud of myself and feeling like I could. One of those moments was, yes, me passing my oral exam with 100, but it was also the moment I opened an email to see that I got a DSH3, which means the highest grade on the most difficult German writing exam that there is in the country. And that was also amazing for me. Another point was when my TikTok blew up. I wasn't really expecting it, not at the first video I ever post, and that was really shocking for me, and seeing how well it was doing and how much people were engaging and actually talking to fans, and when people were recognizing me in the street. All of these things together have really just reminded me of how capable I am and reminded me that I should not be doubting myself as often as I do. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you had seen me before this or if this is the first time you see me. Make sure to also support my TikTok, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next ones.